Hello. Since 1945 and the end of that unparalleled horror, the Holocaust, the world has lived in relative peace and calm due to the rule of the international humanitarian law, which was beefed up after 1945 to include definitions of genocide and a expanded definition of war crimes. Unfortunately, the US president of the day, Donald Trump, has effectively suspended the international rules-based order by refusing to allow it to be applied to what Benjamin Netanyahu of Israel is doing, and by really ignoring what it says about President Putin. So we're left in a situation where we're not being protected against the follies and aggression of despots like Netanyahu and Putin. Well, the good news is that this is a short-term thing. Trump will go in a couple of years, and we can reassert the international rules-based order, we hope. But in the meantime, in traditional or in typical bullying fashion, Trump is applying all his might to making life impossible for individuals trying to apply international humanitarian law. He has effectively outlawed the head of the International Criminal Court and the UN Special Rapporteur on Palestinian affairs by closing their bank accounts, denying them access to credit cards, debit cards, any sort of financial transactions that aren't strictly in cash. And if you live in the US, then if you help these individuals, you face prosecution as a federal criminal and jail terms of more than multiple decades and fines of more than $1 million. So that's a very heavy club for the bully to wield. And he's just extended that to judges who issue arrest warrants for Netanyahu or his ministers, applying the same sanctions on them to make their lives impossible. Well, he can do that to individuals, but being a bully, he also tries to do it to countries. He's successfully bullied Venezuela. He keeps threatening Cuba. He keeps coming back to threaten Greenland. And just yesterday, he said to Oman, if you don't toe the line, we'll bomb the hell out of you. So just play nicely, hey? Well, the Nordic countries certainly aren't taking any of that sitting down. And they've announced they've closed their airspace to Benjamin Netanyahu. If he comes into our airspace, we will arrest him. So let's see if Netanyahu's bully friend, Mr. Trump, is going to bomb the hell out of Sweden or Norway or Finland. If he did, then he'd get there ahead of his pal, Vladimir Putin. What a weird world we live in. There we go. And if that's not enough for our podcast, just so I can work in a good title, this weekend, Donald Trump's son, Don Jr., got married in Bermuda. And Donald Trump didn't attend because he said he was needed in Washington with wars going on and things. But also it might have been because it said that Bermuda will not allow entry to convicted felons. And of course, that's exactly what Donald Trump is. Who knows? It's a good reminder that he's a convicted felon, even if it's not actually factually true. There we are. Bye-bye.